Quantaar has finally launched today, free on Quest 2. This game is looking to be the Smash Brothers of virtual reality. But unlike most fighting games in VR, this doesn't have you standing trying to pull off kung fu moves in your room. You're sitting down, relaxing, playing with your virtual fighters against other people all around the world. And an interesting thing, you're also still a full-size avatar similar to games like Moss and Astrobot, where you are inside of the game and you can actually mess with the other avatars. Like in the old days, if you're playing Mortal Kombat and you reached over and smacked your friend's controller out of your hands, there's different ways to bother them while playing together. Game literally launched today, only 6 ratings so far, and of course 5 stars. The game looks gorgeous. People are really liking it so far in beta testing, and there's 100% on those 5-star ratings, but there is no written reviews yet. Jump in, check this game out, and maybe leave a rating for the developers, as I know they've been working for a long time on this game and are excited to finally see it release. Sky Strikers is a game, after I tried it, I was really surprised it's not more popular. Granted, it did just come out a few weeks ago. Sky Strikers is looking to throw its hat in the ring of VR games that are like Rocket League. Unlike other games in that category like Knock, where you use a bow and arrow to shoot yourself around, this uses more of a gorilla tag style locomotion where you bounce with your arms around the course. You collect rockets and you can shoot those rockets down and then launch yourself higher. And you have a bat you can pull out when you're near the ball to hit the ball towards your enemy's goal. With up to 6 people playing at a time, the game so far has 21 ratings, giving it a near 5-star rating. 90% of those are 5 stars and only 10% are 4 stars. People saying, amazing, best game ever, it's fun. And the only reviews that aren't 5 stars saying it needs some work, and the others saying that they get motion sick in it, which surprised me because it is a game that is not using any artificial locomotion, but some people are definitely sensitive to that gorilla tag style motion. If you're into gorilla tag, Rocket League, or just multiplayer games that look good, I would say find a crew of friends since this is free and get in and play together. Cream Soda Club is kind of like if The Sims took place in a nightclub. You go in, you can arrange the VR club the way you want to. You're this overseer from above, but then you can go down and feel like you're partying with all the people you've arranged in it. And then there's some interesting elements that add in, like some people try to make trouble and you can then throw them out. This game advertises that you're discovering new tracks from the latest album of the popular band Cream Soda, a Russian band, so maybe this game would be more popular in Russia. So far it only has 1 rating at 5 stars and 100%. Obviously that 1 rating could easily be from someone that made the game, but it's only been out for a little over 10 days so far. If you like managing clubs, setting up clubs, or just feeling like you're in an epic rave club, this might be worth checking out for you. Definitely leave a rating for them if you do. Paint Fiesta is a truly unique AR game simulator on Quest 2, of course also Quest Pro. There's a lot of games in VR that have you sculpting or painting or crafting in a virtual environment, but this puts you in your actual home environment, drawing on the walls, repainting, redecorating, and could have uses beyond just relaxing and having fun. Even if you were thinking about changing up the way a room looked, you could actually do it in this and get a better idea. Granted, the Quest Pro with its color pass-through might be more useful or when the Quest 3 comes out, but for now, Paint Fiesta is totally free on App Lab to check out. No one's rated it. This thing has barely even been out for a few weeks, but it's pretty cool how you can not only paint on the walls, but you can add different textures. And if you were looking to redesign a room, it might actually be a helpful tool to kind of check out. Downshot VR would be like if you took an extremely early build of Blade and Sorcery and Bonelab and smashed them together in one. This physics-based game puts you in a countryside or a sandbox. You've got different guns and blades you can pick up, all kinds of physics to play with, scalars, size, slow motion, and plenty of bugs and glitches. It says there's a story mode coming soon, and it looks like it's one person that's developing it. They even left a message saying that they don't have time to fix all the bugs, but they're trying to prevent game crashes and keep expanding the game for people to enjoy. 15 ratings so far puts this exactly at 4 stars, 53% of those saying that it's 5-star, and some split all down the rest with 4, 3, 2, and 1 star. People saying it's okay, good effort, but there's a long ways to go, it's fun, it's awesome, and it's free. And of course, some people citing that they're having crashes and issues in the game. Definitely a game if you're into new sandbox ideas and physics, you may want to follow this one or check it out as it develops, but it definitely gave me some of those vibes of earlier builds of some of the most popular sandbox games now. Taiko Frenzy was actually suggested by Deadpoint. They said it's an awesome rhythm game and should be on one of these lists. Taiko Frenzy is a percussion rhythm game. Think about a big drum meets Guitar Hero, where you're immersing yourself actually in the world of Japanese folklore with original tracks exclusively made for the game. Each track has 4 different difficulty levels to check out, and the game has 6 ratings so far, giving it about a 4.8. 67% of those are 5 stars, 33% of those are 4 stars, and there's no 3, 2, or 1 stars. People saying it's a nice environment, you can actually get a workout playing it. People saying it's challenging but relaxing, and that it's actually pretty high quality. If you're into rhythm games, drums, or just looking for a new free app to move in, this is probably worth checking out, as it just launched on May 24th. The Obsessive Obsessive Shadow is an indie VR survival horror game, and it is proper creepy. You're at home when an emergency broadcast comes on, and then you realize something is outside the windows. You have to try and survive in the house with nothing but your flashlight and your eyes. With a surprisingly decent looking environment and really good window reflections with the flashlight, this game really does have some creepy environment to it, and 9 ratings give it about a 4.5 star. The only written reviews we have say it's scary AF. If you love horror at all, you gotta check this out. It's short, but it's worth the download. And with people saying, wow, you've been looking for a new horror game for a while and something that's not a horror game in a Gorilla Tag clone, well, here you go. Burial Stone has a demo to check out, and it really surprised me. This is a surprisingly ambitious game and a lot of levels to it, especially just for a demo. From things like the graphics slider, which you could crash your quest to, all of the different items. Although the gameplay itself, it is a dungeon crawler, but it's turn-based. The turns don't take any time, but as you move, you go from grid to grid to grid. The enemies do the same, so it takes away the sense of tension, something like Dread Halls would have, where enemies are just sneaking up on you. If you see an enemy, it won't move until you've moved. This does add a level of strategy to it. Only 1 5-star rating so far. It's got everything from puzzles to spells, different weapons, inventory. If you're into these kind of games, definitely check this out and consider it. Monster Rampage VR feels a lot like a mobile game where you're top down, you're moving around, your character shooting hordes of enemies that are spawning at you, and every so often you can upgrade your weapons, create some kind of a gas that kills the enemies close to you, but it delivers all of that in a VR game. In this game, you're running quickly, although I found you're mostly running backwards because you don't have the big enough, strong enough guns yet to really kill the enemies in front of you. You're moving backwards, firing at them as you're running towards your upgrades. So keep that in mind if you're someone who gets motion sickness. But this game is a lot of fun if you're into those kind of games. It's got about a 4.5 rating with 19 ratings so far. People saying they highly recommend it. Interesting, nice game. And although they have just a few 1 and 2 star reviews, no written reviews at all in those categories. You can of course pay more to get upgrades in it, but even just playing it as it is, I found the upgrades were coming often enough and I got better enough at the game that I was enjoying without paying anything. The graphics aren't incredible, but you quickly forget that when you're getting mobbed by tons of enemies and trying to survive in this game. So if you're into that kind of game, this is definitely one to check out. If you're someone who finds remodeling a kitchen relaxing, or maybe you want to learn more about what it takes to build cabinets, Kitchen Assembly has a demo that lets you go in and do all kinds of things, from aligning cabinets, leveling them with a laser level, measuring them, clamping them together, installing them, all these kinds of things. This hasn't been out for long, but it's got 0 ratings, and I'm not really surprised why. This is definitely more of an instructional training, I would say, than any sort of game, but I checked it out, so I thought I would share it with you in case someone was curious or wanted to try something like this. I at least learned some things. There you go, a whole bunch more free stuff that's just come out recently. Definitely top of the list though. Quantaar came out today, so make sure you check that out. There's gonna be tons of people checking it out though, so you won't have a problem finding a full lobby. But again, thank you so much for coming out, and I will see you in another reality.